Welcome to Make and Take number 1. This is our Sweet as Honey Make and Take. So this is the card when it is complete. So here's some tips and tricks on how to do this card. The Sweet as Honey is in our new catalog, the 2-month catalog. So you each in your packet should have a card and an envelope. 2 little Sundance pieces. These are the same color. Remember, our cardstock is 2 tones, so the true side and the lighter side. 2 little strips of shortbread, and then 2 little strips of our Sweet as Honey paper. You're going to have the card base and an envelope, and you're also going to have some black dots. That's all you're going to have in your little packet. So we're going to use them all. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our card. We're going to use our card. We're going to fold it in half with this mountain side up. I'm going to go ahead and score it. You should have a bone folder or use the side of a block or something so you can fold it in half. We're going to use the Sweet as Honey card making stamp set. So we're going to use this stamp and a couple of the little bees and wishing you sunshine and happiness. It does come with one thin cut for the bracket up here. We're not going to use that on this card. So I've gotten my card. I am going to, if you didn't know about our stamps, they come with this foam in the inside. I am using my Versamat, so on the back side of this is the foam. I'm just going to flip it over. So it comes with the foam on the back and then a hard self-healing cutting mat on the front. So I can use, you guys are going to have your foam, so I'm going to use the foam on the back. I already have your big floral stamp here already on a block. This is our biggest block. Mine has a little chip out of it. We're going to use the ink shortbread. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to put this off to the side, kind of get it where I want it. I'm going to do the bottom half of it. So I don't need to ink the entire stamp. I'm going to go ahead. Now I know this is a little big, but it's got to be big to fit on this block, or because it's a bigger stamp. I don't have to get all the way to the bottom as I'm inking. But I can hold it up and I can see where I have my ink. Okay. I'm going to hold it here. I'm going to line it up and I am going to go ahead and stamp in the shortbread ink. I'm just going to press it down, not rocking and rolling it, just pressing. So pressed it down. There we have it. You're going to take your stamp chamois and clean it off. If there's more than one of you doing it at a time, you can go ahead and just pass it on to the next person and use the stamp chamois just to wipe off the edges. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and use, you should have some paper, some lined paper by each of your spots. I'm going to use my Versamat because each one is 1/4 inch. So I'm going to line up my card. I am going to start with my shortbread card. And I just want to make sure that I am using the same side on both the top and the bottom. Doesn't matter if you're using the light side or the dark side. I'm actually going to use the dark. So I'm just going to go with my adhesive across. I'm going to go 3/4 inch in, 1, 2, 3, and 1 down with this one. And I can kind of line it up across. There we go. Then I'm going to take my Sundance and I'm going to use the dark side again. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to line it up and overlap it. Same thing with my little bees. Overlap them and just line them up. Okay. Then I'm going to come about 2.5 inches up from the bottom. So I'm going to line it up on an inch mark. 1, 2 1/2, and that's where I'm going to start. Again, at 3/4 of an inch in, 2 1/2 up, kind of line it up. Grab my next little Sundance. The dark side is where I'm going to go on up. I'm going to do the same thing. You'll have your own adhesive. This is the Mono Air from Tombow. Awesome. I really like this one. The other one that is really nice is the the Close to My Heart. This one is nice because you can kind of move it around too. The Close to My Heart adhesive runner. All right, so now I've got those in place. I'm going to grab the Wishing You Sunshine and Happiness. I'm going to use my regular black ink. We're done with our Sundance, so I'm going to put that out to the side. So this is just regular black. I'm going to come in, ink it up, and I am going to go ahead and stamp right in the middle. I'm going to use my stamp chamois to clean that off or pass it on to the next person. If you do have something, you're just going to wipe off the edges so you don't get that on there. I have one of the little bee stamps. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a couple little of these bees, wipe them off or pass them on to the next person. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to grab this little kind of fly bee looking thing, add it to my black ink, and I'm just going to add one of them and pass it along to the next person or do whatever. So I am actually done stamping, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually add a couple of bees to my envelope. So I'm just going to add a little cluster of bees on my envelope. Just to make it cute. Just a couple bees in there. All right, then we're almost done. I'm going to take my shimmer brush. Now, you may or may not have heard about the shimmer brushes. This one's open, and this one is shortbread, so it's that same ink that we used down here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just color a couple of these little bees' bodies in, even on my envelope. Wouldn't it be fun to receive this? And it's got cute little bees on the front of it. I hope you're sending out or giving out your cards that you're making. If I want to get that black off of there, I can just do it on my stamp chamois. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm just going to go ahead and color in some of these flowers. They kind of look like zinnias or something to me. I think it's zinnias. So I'm going to go ahead. And what it's doing is it's adding the shortbread color with some glitter. These are similar to, you might be familiar with a Wink of Stella. These come in over 30 colors now. I think I have most of the colors here on sale in my cash and carry. With tax and shipping, they come to $7 a piece. So you can go and purchase those from the cash and carry. All right. So you can kind of see there's some shimmer in there. So don't forget about that shortbread shimmer brush. Last thing we're going to do is add a couple of our black gems. I'm going to add a large one and a small one. And a good way to do it is just to kind of squish them right off that carrier sheet. And they'll go right there. I'm going to put this guy up on the top. Sure I am. The bigger ones are easier to get a hold of. The smaller, you'll have two sizes. They come in 3 different sizes, so you might have, this is the large and a medium, you might have a medium and a small. And our card is finished. So that is your first make and take of the retreat. Hope you're enjoying. If you have questions, come and let Amy know, and I will help you out.